What's up, everybody, and welcome to the official PlayStation podcast of the KT Data Network. We are the LittleBigKast. In today's show, we bring those indies back.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Back.
Robin contemplates having the talk with her daughter.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we go LBK after dark. All this and more on episode 40, ladies and gentlemen, of the LittleBigKast. Welcome. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 40 of the LittleBigKast. My name is Jeff Hawks. I'm one of your hosts. With me today, we have a full crew, and I'm pretty pumped about that. What do you guys think?
I'm pretty cool. Like it.
It's cool. It's been a while. I apologize for missing last week. I was held up by grown-up duties. And so I'm pumped to be back. I'm pumped to be hanging out with you guys. So with us, as always, the colossus of clout in the I don't even know what I'm saying, Drew.
I don't know, but colossus of clout.
That's Babe Ruth. I couldn't think of anything strong and powerful enough to throw at you, Drew.
The Sultan of SWAT.
The teacher extraordinaire. The colossus of clout. I'll take it.
The Great Bambino.
The Great Bambino.
Okay, that's enough. I'm
that wimpy little deer.
Next. I'm glad to be here.
Drew's here. What's up,
Yay.
Drew? I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is great. Who else is here?
I feel like me being here this week is just throwing a huge wrench into Drew's
maybe.
style.
What?
No, we missed you terribly.
Yeah, we did.
We always do, Jeff.
Oh man, I missed you guys. I'm so glad to be back.
Oh,
also with us today, the professor extraordinaire. She's wound up Drew today by just showing up. Miss Robin Hazlett.
Yes, it is. It's a burden.
The weight that you carry of excellence is just overwhelming at times.
Oh man, I can't even describe. There aren't words. I don't have the vocabulary for it.
But you carry yourself with such grace despite the weight of excellence on your shoulders. Well done, Robin.
So
I'm just glad you're here. Also,
we're not worried.
rounding out the team, the our own LBK Pocahontas.
Oh, hey.
Miss Rachel Hernandez.
Do you paint with all the colors of the wind?
I know I should, huh?
She does. I've seen it.
I didn't watch Jungle Book lately, though, so I mean...
Please no Mowgli outfits. No Mowgli outfits.
We'll get more viewers.
We could just call KT our Mowgli.
Yeah.
He's Cambodian, which is basically
close, right?
whatever Mowgli was.
Few round ethnicities.
Does that happen? Where does the Jungle Book take place?
Somewhere in India, right? I don't know.
That was my guess.
That's what I'm thinking. India. If you're Cambodian, you might as well be Indian, right,
Same
KT?
thing.
Right, KT.
Same thing.
That was a joke, everyone.
I plead the fifth on that one.
Oh, there he
Don't
is.
be angry, everyone. I expected KT to jump in and defend his ethnicity sooner, and he didn't. So
sorry, I was busy choking on my laughter.
All right.
I could have gone very dark.
This week, do you guys care if I go first?
Go.
All right, so we're going to start with the weekly roundup. So gaming-wise, we'll make it short and sweet. Destiny and Resogun. Resogun this week is our indie game of the week, and we're excited to talk about it. Outside of the indie game of the week, it's just Destiny still for me.
What?
All the time. That I can't get away from it. For a minute, I was tempted to purchase Dying Light and jump in, and then I was like, let's be real. I've bought 3 games since Destiny, and I haven't played any of them. So I abandoned that thought. I'm still working my way through Destiny to get that Hawk Moon. Oh, it's that sweet, sweet Hawk Moon. I'm going to get it. Every game I call it out and I never get it, but I'll get it eventually.
Is it a drop? I don't know. Hawkmoon is it gun?
Hawkmoon is an exotic hand cannon.
I do like a hand.
It's
cannon.
Arguably the best gun in the game. It's between Fatebringer and Hawkmoon for the hand cannons.
So you keep playing in hopes that that's going to drop for you.
Yeah, and it is a very rare drop. I've only seen one person actually get it while I was playing, but I learned that my brother
rage quit on him right there.
I didn't, but I was a little.
That was my Hawk Moon, you bastard!
I was a little pissed. My brother hasn't been on for about a month and a half, and he hopped on the other day and played through a Nightfall with us, and we were kind of explaining the changes that have happened with Xur. And he was like, "Oh, so I should dismantle some of my old exotics?" And we're like, "If they're crappy." And he's like, "What about Hawkmoon? Is that crappy?" And I was like, "I will murder you right now." I was so pissed. Like, oh,
it's funny.
A little bit of rage just like
just a smidge
came to the surface. But guys, I have a funny story to tell you, and I'm excited to share this story about being a little too old for my age. It's a good story. Okay, so my wife called up and was like, "Hey, you know, I'd like some Rumby. Is it Rumby? The island grill, right? Rumby." So she's like, "I want a chicken teriyaki plate from Rumby." So I'm like, "Babe, I got you. No worries." I have her text me her entire order. It's fairly lengthy. It's like including a house salad. It's got my kids' order on it. I pull up to the place. I walk in. And I'm like, "Hey, I've got a pretty complex order, so I'm just gonna read it to you. Got it?" And the lady was like, "Cool, I got this, no problem." I read the entire order, and I was like, "Does that make sense?" And she's like, "Actually, no, I have no idea what you're talking about."
Oh.
And I was like, "How do you not know what I'm talking about?" I had gone into a restaurant called Costa Vida and ordered an entire meal for the restaurant that's right next door to it.
Right next door, yeah.
And so I tried to play it cool. I tried to play it as cool as I could. I was like, "My wife must have texted me the wrong order. I'm going to give her a call real fast." And I intended to make a phone call while I walked out of the restaurant and then walked next door.
Oh, Jeff.
To make
way to just like let that one slide.
Wow.
Like,
I was like,
I need to make a call. He's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, it was a.
Oh, that's rich
moment for me. So that wraps up my week, ladies and gentlemen.
That is rich, man. That's nice.
Oh my goodness.
Whoever wants to go next, just
whoever. Let's play like Russian roulette with a video camera. Yeah, KT's just switching up. Whoever lands on it, take it over. Ready? And
this is great television.
Oh no, it's Robin. It's Robin. Go.
Ta-da! All right, my week consisted of playing a little bit of Grim Fandango and figuring out if I'm actually going to have to explain to my child what a travel agent is. Because in Grim Fandango, you are like a travel agent to the dead. Like you're one of the Grim Reapers. And so you pick up who has died, and you're trying to sell them a travel package to like get them to the right part of the underworld in the very beginning.
Wait, hold on. So you're wondering if you have to explain being a travel agent. If I was playing with my kids, I'd have to wonder about explaining death. Like, you know, like the big death. You know, you're like, no. I gotta figure out if I should talk about travel agents. There's such a
they're just such a nuanced and rare breed these days. What with orbits and Travelocity and all those.
She may not be old enough for travel agents. I'm just saying, you might want to wait a couple years before you bring in.
That's a really big topic.
That's deep.
That's kind of huge. That's gonna be a long one.
Death, resurrection, underworld, Grim Reaper. Yeah, lay it on.
No, I remember my travel agent talk back when I was little. about all that.
I love you, Rachel.
You too.
Oh my gosh.
It's always a scary talk for a parent to have with a child.
Yeah. It is. You never know.
So I've been playing a little bit of Grim Fandango on my Vita and kind of like resurrecting my Vita. Yeah, look, there he is.
Yay.
Cute. He's fresh. Manny. And playing a little bit of Dying Light as well. So I guess going along with the death theme.
All the death.
Yes, so much death.
Wait, is there zombies in Dying Light?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have to explain to her about zombies, or was it like
Drew?
You've already had zombie talk?
We've had the zombie talk, and she's already. I've made her promise that if I come back as a zombie, that she will give me a very large shaker of lemon pepper, because if everything tastes like chicken, humans are going to taste like chicken, right? So I like
It's
Sam's
true.
Club size shaker of lemon pepper. Like,
Because it's all going to be chicken.
Good promises. Not like you're gonna have to shoot me when it happens. Just
No,
I need
just,
a lemon shaker.
Yeah, make it tasty.
Move to the side, honey. Just give
Dream
Mommy
big. Yeah. Just make sure she enjoys her meals.
Oh man, yeah, it's been wild. So those are the games that I have been enjoying, and then general like my love of teaching is like I get into the classroom and I just give it all, and that's why I have nothing left right now. Like this is why I've ran out of Monster.
I've saved some.
No.
See here, there's usually a can of Monster in one of these hands.
Yeah, I usually have a Red Bull too. All I've got's water.
Yeah,
What's wrong with us?
Good point, guys.
my wingman is gone.
I'll carry us.
All right, there's my world.
Drew's running on a sugar high as per always.
Every day. Yeah.
Where's
Rachel,
the
you're
nerd?
up.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
hey. So it's week 4 of school, aka one of the most hellish semesters of my life.
You're
18
welcome.
more to go. 18 more, and then we're golden. So that's what I've been doing. I picked up Resogun a couple of times. Mainly got some playing in from it tonight. But nope. That's it. That's all. That's it. Hardly any gaming. I've been wanting to play Far Cry 4 more, but exam's not gonna take itself, I guess.
Oh, and your script's not going to write itself. The one that I assigned. I hope that gets done. Hey, didn't you go see a Sundance show?
I did. Cool. I went yesterday. It was pretty enjoyable. Got some food and saw I had no idea what to expect. Didn't know anything. It was a documentary on Greenpeace.
Oh wow.
I know. Kind of made me want to be a hippie for a little bit. It was quite emotional.
And then
save the whales.
No.
Save the whales and save the seals, and then I realized it's not the 70s anymore. So it was pretty brutal.
Are already dead.
I just cute little seal, and then just no mercy. It was pretty rough.
Wow.
Don't even get me started on whaling. It was it was kind of depressing, but it was interesting because I learned a lot. It was cool. I liked it. It was worth it. It won best editing, and that's what the best of it was. Best editing.
Was it decent? Was it good? I mean, I didn't see it, but was it good? It was
good. It was pretty good. It was creative.
I love a good cut.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
There's this one scene where it's just everyone's silent. And it's just showing him and panning out, and I'm like, you did it. You nailed it. You got it. You got the emotions.
Nice.
So that's hard to do. And yeah. Yay.
Well, that's cool. Look at us all being concise and doing all sorts of fun, exciting things.
I know. I left the house like 3 times last week.
It's not that we're being fast. We just didn't do check.
I know.
So here's what I didn't do over the weekend. I did play quite a bit of little games everywhere, and I got one good session in on Contrast, which we'll be talking about in a couple weeks. But I really enjoyed starting on Contrast, a super fun game. It's kind of got a little bit of the puzzler step by step. With the funness almost of like Brothers when we talked about that, where it's just unique controls or at least unique methods of play. So I liked that a lot. And then I played Resogun and a little bit of Destiny, and I had some good times there. And then I snuck down to FanX, the Comic-Con.
Oh yeah,
I forgot to even say that. It feels like a lifetime.
We all
ago.
made it there. Right?
I'm hurt, guys. I see where the loyalties lie now. I am hurt.
I thought everyone was going to talk about it, so I just didn't want to be like everyone.
So we did. We all got down there. I took my little girl down, checked her out of school, and took her down to FanX, and she was freaked out a little bit. There was a lot of strange things that she was like, what? Because we haven't had a travel agent talk. If we would have talked about travel agents,
you haven't had the FanX Comic-Con talk yet.
Yeah, so we hadn't quite covered that yet. So no, it was strange for her.
She's still a child, Drew.
I know. She wasn't ready.
Don't corrupt her yet.
We had a good time. She enjoyed becoming a superhero. They had a KidCon area where they let her try out her skills to be a superhero, and that actually went really well. So that was good. It was good, and it was fun to see most each of you. I think I didn't see Rachel at the same time I was there, but I saw you other cats. So it was good. It was a good experience. It was a fan experience.
See what you did there.
See,
and that's it.
It was magical. Like, honestly, it feels like it was a lifetime ago. So that's why I was like, well, I'm back to my boring life now. So FanX is just like this, like, dream to go back to.
It was like 48 hours ago.
And
Wow.
72.
that's my life. I can't keep track of it anymore.
You need a travel agent.
Oh man, I need
all
something.
do. Let's put together a LBK cruise, guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
Did you see the cruise that they had at
the
FanX?
Comic-Con
I'm like,
cruise, yeah.
that might be a little outside my nerd comfort zone. Like, I don't want to be trapped on a boat with a bunch of nerds.
So
I need a lifeboat.
So if we get a gig to go cover that cruise, I should
Not saying I
ask
wouldn't
you.
go.
I would go. I'm in.
I was gonna say because we interviewed him. We interviewed him while we were there, KT and I would totally like offer to be the camera crew and capture the moments and do the videography for it because it would be a cruise with all the amenities with less ballroom dancing. So I'd be fine with that.
Oh my gosh, it would be watch the nerds in their natural habitat. Watch as they try and interact with another one. Oh look.
I could make that movie.
Look at the struggle.
I could make that. Yes, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yes, complete with National Geographic voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the next Honey Badger video.
The Comic-Con cruise. I can't believe somebody's pulling that off. It's risky. I hope it goes well for them.
Very cool. Is that everyone's week?
Oh yeah, that's us.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thanks for being in a sexy voice, by the way, Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice. Great
say the
dramatic
word-
effect.
You were talking about like the exotic weapon. Say the word exotic in the sexy voice. Say it.
All right. I love me an exotic weapon. Put it in my pocket. Take it out. Show it to my friends.
I think we're going LBK late night.
It's easier. I think it's easier to just do a Herbert the pervert voice. Like, I like showing my weapons to my friends.
Putting it in. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's whatever.
you got it.
Anyway. Yo, KT, you want to kick off some sounds for the news section?
Hey friends, I've got some news for you. As soon as I find my show notes, I'm going to cover some heavy and hard news. I got about 6 of them in there. Some are light and some are fluffy, and most of them are just good. So chime in on this one. Number 1, this one, music to my ears. Spotify coming soon to PlayStation. They announced that Spotify. Basically, they just said we're coming. Right? That's
It's like a bot fly for your ears.
the Spotify. So they're coming. That's about all we got on the news, but it was right there on the Spotify website that they are basically excited to announce coming soon. So you can sign up to be one of the first to check it out on PlayStation. So I think that's good. I think one of the things I'm missing right now on my PlayStation is music service. I think I would use it for much more. I don't have the PlayStation music stuff, but Spotify. Yeah. I think I'd totally let that roll in the background a lot.
So is that? I wonder if we'll be able to listen to that while we play.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be so sweet.
They are.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And just
pretty sure they
go
do.
home and change the app. But that'd be pretty sweet.
I feel like that's a feature that disappeared with the PlayStation 2, and I really miss it a lot. Like I remember playing Amped, the old snowboard game, and I would turn on a movie screen ending by Death Cab for Cutie while I cruise the powder.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was like the greatest thing in the world that I could just have my own soundtrack in there.
Cute.
Yes, that's I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. So that would be I would purchase Spotify if I could do that.
I know. I would maybe even consider going to premium if I could get I don't know if that would be better because I don't want to be playing Far Cry 4 and hear about insurance. That'd be kind of buzzkill, I feel like.
So if you're interested, check out our show notes and you'll see a link to the Spotify page where you can sign up, put your email address on it.
And really all of our news.
Yeah, it's all there. We always
links to everything. Yep.
Next news I got here is, of course, it's February now. So get excited. It's February's free games. We're going to run them down for you. There's some good ones.
This is a good one, man.
Really good. So here, I'm going to run them down and you guys can chime in as you love them. So PS Plus members, you get Transistor.
Yeah.
For the PS4. Transistor.
Bravo.
Which we talked about that a little bit. Jeff loves that.
So much
I'm excited.
That will be added
Apotheon.
to our indie game of the week, by the way.
Yes, we'll add that to our list.
In fact, both of these will. I think both of them look really cool.
Yeah, I could do Apotheon, kind of the gods of Olympus abandon humanity, leaving you to perish without their benevolence. So you take up arms against the gods, climb up Mount Olympus, and take their powers for yourself. That's my kind of game. That's
think it
also
looks
PS4.
Mwahahaha.
For those of us on PS3, you've got the Yakuza 4, which lets you explore the city of Tokyo at an unprecedented level of detail and experience every taboo in the underground world. Ooh, that sounds scary.
Interesting.
And then Thief for PS3, which I think we talked about it in one of our very first episodes. We talked about how excited we were, and then it
How
came
much
out and it was kind
Jeff
of flopped.
loved it.
Did you love it? Or I can't remember. It was like,
He didn't. I was
How much
sarcastic.
I
I was
wanted
gonna
to
say it
love
kind of went poop, huh? But it's free now. And then for PS Vita, PS4, PS3, there's a silly game called Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what this might be like. Has anyone played this or know this one?
Generated castle means
It's a roguelike.
every run is different.
It is a roguelike.
I see
So
what
when
they
you
did
die,
there.
you die.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Well, that's easy to go. And then you can master different levels of that. Oh, and last but not least, Kick and Finnick on the Vita is free. And I don't know. You pulled out your Vita, Robin. Have you ever played
Yes.
anything like Kick and Finnick?
Not necessarily, not Kick and Finnick, but I've been running
adventure.
through and culling some of the games I haven't played in a while and realizing how much storage space I have eaten up on my Vita. So yeah, I'm gonna have some room. So I'm excited for my free games. Thank you, PlayStation Plus.
Gonna have some games. I think for us, I think we're all pretty excited for those PS4 games, Apotheon and Transistor. That's gonna be awesome. Awesome. All right. Pushing forward, news number 3. This one, Naughty Dog effectively rules out a return to Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter.
I'm excited.
You're excited about that?
I felt nostalgic. I was like, oh, I can relive my childhood as an adult. I can collect peaches and fruit and delicious things all over again.
No, wait, I think you're
they ruled
confused.
it out.
They
Yeah,
said they're not doing
they're ruling out a return because
okay.
they're more grounded and they've grown up, right? So it's like, no, that's
Lies.
not what we do now.
I'm dyslexic.
We make Tomb Raider.
So Jeff, do you have anything else to add from that article? It was a pretty good long article.
it. Yeah. Again,
Sorry, short
if you're
article.
listening, you'll wanna maybe pick it up and read it. You can find that on our website. But honestly, I would prefer them to spend their time. I mean, for me personally, like I'd prefer them to spend their time on their next, like Last of Us or Uncharted. So this to me is not a heartbreaker.
Right.
And I think essentially what they said was like, we've grown up. Like these are the games that kind of defined our adolescence as a studio, and we've grown up, and like we want to make adult games as we grow. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I think they should be. I would like them to focus on growth and giving us new franchises instead of rehashing everything. So we have a Crash Bandicoot 17. So let's not. Please don't ruin my childhood by keep on making like sequels. It's just it doesn't work that way.
These comments are hilarious. Like tons of people are just like, "What? You're growing up? Come on! I still play Crash, and I'm 18." It's like you missed the point.
That's
Sorry.
cute.
That's cute.
Naughty Dog, you insecure man-childs.
Somebody's not happy. Anyway, that's I don't know. Yeah, not a heartbreaker. It makes sense. I mean, they've done so much and so much goodness that it's kind of like, yeah, keep going with what you're doing. That people are loving. Can't fault them that. Oh, you have something here before. I didn't have a link on it, but I'm assuming that you could probably talk about it. Jeff, IGN has a first Bloodborne, and I believe they showed gameplay. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 18. The first 18 minutes of the game are up. It's an IGN first, so every month, IGN kind of is the first to come out with some new piece of video footage or whatever. And yeah, this month is Bloodborne, which is a PlayStation exclusive. It's a game that is developed by From Software and being published by SCEA. So it's a PlayStation exclusive and looks awesome. So all I'll say is go to IGN and check it out.
Yes, and the actual release date is like what, into March? I think it's March 24th. Sounds about right.
That sounds right.
So it's coming. So it's cool. And I believe they did the same thing with Destiny. They played a lot of stuff first, back when it was new. Because they're first. Okay. News number 5: the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One possibly joining the 4K club, which is kind of exciting news, but also to read the article, it does feel a little like floppy. Like somebody mentioned the word 4K in the same sentence as Sony and PlayStation, so there's like this little iffy what if. But you think about it, Netflix and some other places now have 4K Ultra HD streaming, like so that I believe Amazon now does some like Ultra HD, so you can actually, if you have a TV that'll take it, it's out there. So Sony and Microsoft, this is from Arcade Sushi, by the way, this article, but Sony and Microsoft reportedly both hinted at possibly putting out hardware revision for the consoles and maybe give them the opportunity, the capability of pushing that Ultra HD. But I don't know. It seems like it's more of like a hearsay at this point. That's kind of what I got out of the article. Jeff, same?
You're gonna have to. Can you hear me?
Oh no, you sound
We're
like
losing you.
butt.
I'm glitching out.
Just
I might
but.
have to jump out.
Yeah, jump out, maybe jump back in, see if it works better. But basically, they do have some quotes from the Forbes article and the Netflix CPO that talks about Sony promising a hardware revision. So I guess it would make sense, right? Rather than doing a whole next gen, it makes sense for them to just put out a version of the PS4 and the Xbox One that can take the 4K in. So that's kind of could be exciting, I think, if you have a TV that can show that.
I was going to say my internet won't be fast enough for it.
Right,
so.
that's the other part, right?
I
So
just
many parts of
don't.
that puzzle.
Yeah.
Internet, TV side. I'm not buying a 4K TV anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the early adopters to deal with those bugs and all that fun, and wait for them to drive the price down.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'll wait for 8K so I can get 4K for
There you go.
standard
At DI.
price. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Excellent. And then rounding out our news for the end of the news run here, we talked a little bit about this last week, The Witcher 3 being on, we talked about how it was a little bit better on the PS4. It was going to push 1080p and be a full 30 frames per second. That's kind of what this news is. Tech Times confirming that they think it looks better on the PlayStation 4 version at present, because it's not quite released yet. It's still something that people have played with. So they say the game on the PC is going to be like extra smooth, of course, because you've got so much more power, but that it's gonna look good and play well on the PS4. So we got another 4 months or so, but from what they're showing, things are looking good on the PS4 range. So there you are. There's your Witcher 3 update for the week. And with that, my friends, we're done with the news.
You're
All right, random freeze so I can get Jeff back.
Nope.
pause. Oh.
He probably just needs to unplug the microphone back.
Hey, look, I have my
You
own
need
name
to call
super
him
right there.
again.
Let me do it right there.
Cute.
I don't even know where it is. I'm so drunk. No, I'm not. I'm just backwards. It's right there. It's right there.
What? That's only if I leave my mouse on there.
I still think it's cool. Call me whatever you want.
It's gone.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're better.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Jeff, if that happens again, just unplug your mic and plug it back in. It'll fix it. What happens is the driver, especially in older Windows machines, with that chipset, there's a memory leak.
Okay,
so
cool.
about like an hour in or so, that happens.
All right. Cool.
All right, so we just barely stopped with the news. Who wants to?
Jeff, just take it over. Just grab it and say thanks, Drew, and toss it back to Rachel. I think.
Okay.
I think that's clean.
Just give me like a 3, 2, 1. Or are we still rolling?
I don't stop rolling. I'll fix it.
All
later.
righty then. Cool. All right then, Rachel. You ready for the news or the new releases?
Yeah,
Maybe.
let's do that.
Let's do new releases.
Cool. So things are picking up a little bit from the past couple of weeks. This comes to you from the PlayStation blog, the drop from the PlayStation blog. So February, what day is it? The 3rd? Today's the 3rd?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So dropping this week, we have Apotheon. Yeah, that's what it is. And it's one of the PS Plus games as well. Looks pretty exciting. I can't talk today, nor have I ever been able to. Criminal Girls, invite only. Doesn't
What
look
is
interesting.
that? Criminal
Welcome
Girls
to
Invite
Hell.
That's a good intro.
Yeah.
Japanese
No.
game. Need we say more?
Yeah, but I actually think something about like I read something that said like, can these girls, can you command them and tell them what to do, and sometimes they won't listen. So it sounded like it was like,
it's probably a visual novel then.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Game of Thrones, a Telltale game series, episode 2. So more of that. Kickin' Fennec, King Oddball for the PS3. Real Fishing Masters Challenge for the Vita. Risk for the PS4 digital. I suggest we all get it and play it.
I would play Risk with the crew. Yeah.
Yes.
It would get violent. I feel like
I've had Risk ruin friendships.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Monopoly.
Games.
That is Monopoly.
I don't know.
That'd be worth it. Let's try it.
Some nasty words from Risk. SpongeBob Hero Pants on the Vita, and World Hunter, PS3.
That's my jam.
Oh yeah. Shoot the deer, and that's it. That's this week.
All right. Sweet. Anything coming up in the future that we need to know about? Those are half of those are on the PS Plus free stuff.
Big ones. Let's see. Big ones. Evolve's coming out soon. Bloodborne's coming out soon.
See, I want to play Evolve with you guys.
I think it'd be interesting.
Prove it, Rachel.
It's more my stuff. Well, Jeff, it's not like you're gonna play it. Oh my. Let's be real.
It's like, well, you'll buy it and then kind of stare at the packaging for a little while, and it's like, nah, I need to work at Destiny.
The tables are going to be turned, and we're going to try and get you to play Evolve, but you're going to be, no, hand cannon.
If you guys were all playing, I would totally be in.
Let me get that in writing with like a blood signature, please.
But that wraps up our new game releases for the week. And I don't want to give blood in signatures. I feel like that ends up with me as a voodoo doll getting stabbed with needles. So in the meantime, I think we're going to pass it over to Robin for the indie game of the week. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the return of the one and only indie game of the week song by Drew Tyler.
It's the indie game of the week.
Ooh, that
beautiful.
Did I stay on pitch?
That ending though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, special effects there. That was intense. We need
to this to be back.
We'll just like auto-tune yourself.
Yes, please.
That's all we need.
Drew auto-tune.
Oh.
All right, so our indie game-ish of the week was Resogun, and we all played it, right? We're all good?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yes.
Affirmative.
Yeah, so I played it right when it came out because I was one of the people who got the PS4 when it immediately came out and realized that there were no games. So it was like, okay, so we've got Resogun and a port of Assassin's Creed 4. All right, so, but I love Resogun. And it's really interesting. You like always associate like different music with different images, and I always associate the music of V&V Nation with this game. Like I never played the music alongside it, but I always feel like if V&V Nation was a world, that would be it. Like it's very techy, very electronic-y. It's also fantastic. But basically, it is a snow globe of death.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way of describing it, actually. Because
I was trying to describe it one time, and like, okay, so you just kind of fly around in a circle, but these are also it's done by Housemarque, and they did Super Stardust HD, and basically it's you have a globe, and you fly around said globe, and try to shoot the little asteroids that are coming towards you and whatnot. And then this time they've made it a flat plane. So like you're flying around the edge of a snow globe and trying to save the humans and trying to figure out. Yeah.
Whoa, that was good.
I know, creepy.
Which of course was one of the fun tricks that we figured out with the PS4 is like, oh my gosh, my controller is talking to me. What is this? And so after I successfully like dropped my controller when it first spoke to me. It's like, yes, God.
Yes.
What?
It is kind of shocking the first time. It's like, save the last humans.
Kind of,
I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
It's like, what is this thing in my hands?
Something you kind of forget about too. Like, I don't know, that's one feature that you forget about the PlayStation 4 is that the controller talks to you, and so I don't know. It's a different feel when it's in your hands. That is shocking. Yeah.
Agreed, but I don't know. For me, Resogun is highly addictive because you get it's very much like the arcade game. You're in a snuggle of death, trying to save the humans, and do you know how long it took me to figure out what the keepers were?
Yeah, same. Took me a little longer than
Yeah, it's a tough concept, almost kind of, because they don't really explain to you. You just kind of have to figure it out that keepers are people, because you don't save them, and then they'll start dying, and you want to know.
It's like just
yeah, where was he? Where?
I got to figure it out though. It took a little while. I had to read the little things when it's loading, and you can hit your R1 L1 to like shuffle through tips, and there's like 20 tips. So reading those after a little while, I was like, oh, okay, so that's what I need to do. So then when the keepers came, and they're the ships that have like the glowy part around them.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like, okay, well, there's my keepers, and then I could find the flashing box and be like, that's the human that's gonna drop. So I caught on relatively quickly, but I save as many as I can. I'm a saver at heart.
Yeah. That's what the points are.
You're a giver.
Oh, right. Points 2. Points.
Well, I rage quit too. If I didn't save the first 2 humans, I'd be like, nope, starting over.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Or if I get hit, if I die within the first like 5 minutes, I'm like, redo.
Yeah. It's
restart game.
There is no point in going on because I'm gonna just
I'm gonna need that life in 10 minutes is what's gonna happen.
It's like there's no point in going on if I've already screwed up saving one of the 10 humans.
Right. The first one. There are only 10 things on the map. But yeah,
I can't save them all.
I never could. Never did, but I like throwing them.
Oh, yes, and juggling. I like shooting them because you can just like sit there and juggle them and they don't get hurt unless you like drop them down the pit of despair that's in the later levels where there's no ground. Oops.
I like shooting them because then they go, ow. That's what they do. Yeah. And they spin around.
It's good. The entire gameplay I thought was a lot of fun. I enjoyed getting to the end of the first level and beating up the big spiral wheel. Right? So just kind of surviving that long to get that thing. But I think I only got past it twice.
You know what really frustrated me? How those tiny little fireballs killed you.
Yes,
I would get so mad because I just wouldn't see it. It just blended in with the background, and then it hits you, it nicks you, and it's upsetting.
And then it's over. And then one of those.
And then your lives are done. You gotta redo it all over, all over.
Because therein lies the arcade.
The stress.
And that's one of the things that like is so. Resogun feels so familiar. Like that's one of the really kind of great and endearing things about this game is that they were able to take. The description for this game is like it's like Defender. This super old school game that most people that are playing it now probably have never even heard of. But you're able to take this old school style shoot 'em up side scrolling game and make it relevant again and make it feel new and feel fresh. And I applaud them for being able to do that because that's not an easy thing to take, something very old and just totally make it feel fresh and new and not, but maintain its own like authenticity within that genre as well. And that's something that I really appreciated with the game. So yeah, I think we all really liked it, right? Like this is all a game that we'd recommend going out and picking up.
Absolutely.
Especially considering that most of you that own a PlayStation 4 should have had it for free.
It's true. By this point, you should have grabbed it.
If you have it, if you don't have it, see if it's still free when you're listening to this. It's definitely one worth picking up. It's also worth noting that the game was it won several awards, but it was one of the more notable nominations that it got was for Action Game of the Year in 2014 at the DICE Awards. It also appeared at the 2014 GDC Choice Awards. So it got a lot of critical acclaim as well as just having a great following and having people just kind of fall in love with it overall. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I love. There's so many elements to it, like the design your own ship. I downloaded a ship that somebody else had designed and played as Mega Man, which was kind of fun, like a 2D version of Mega Man, which was super fun. And then I built my own little ship, and that made me feel good, like I was flying around in my own ship. That was kind of neat. And getting a better score than any of my friends on my friends list.
Did you beat Robin? I'm curious. Did you?
She wasn't on there. Robin, you didn't show up on mine.
Because I bet Robin's score is higher than yours.
It is.
Well, how come you didn't show up on my thing? Are we not friends?
Because it's too high. It's probably
too high. It's totally out of my league.
It's out of her.
Robin is the indie pro.
I got 1.78 something.
Yeah, I was close. I don't think it was a 0.7. It was like a 1.2.
You were close.
Because I was like I said, all I needed was like 10 more minutes, and it was fine.
No, it was good. And then I actually got to play with 2-player. I don't know if you guys ever played any of the 2-player. I of course don't have kids around here that I can play with. So Glenn stopped by on his way home from Amsterdam today, and it's his machine, so I let him play it. Yeah, and we played.
I allowed him.
It's his machine.
Had time.
Let him see it.
Yep. But we played 2-player version.
Visitation rights.
It was nice though. It was interesting because I couldn't zip around the sides that I wanted to. Or would have otherwise. It was like you still have to kind of work your way together because it won't let you go off the screen from the other person, and so you almost have to be like, okay, let's go cover the right side. Okay, everybody, let's go back to the left side. And so if you want to spin, it's a little different, a little harder to do. But no, still super stellar gameplay, and I will probably go back and play to beat Robin. I'll just try.
Very cool. Well, that wraps up this episode of the Little Big Cast. But before we go, I need to make sure that everyone listening knows next week we'll be talking about Costume Quest 2. So that will be our indie game of the week for next week. If you have it, awesome, play through it and join the conversation. If you don't have it and you would prefer to wait for our thoughts, feel free to do that. But either way, the invitation has been put out there. Costume Quest 2, feel free to join us in the game. If you see us online, hop in, say hello, and jam with us. Other than that, I'm Jeff Hawks. I am at Jeff Hawks on Twitter. With me again, as always, Mr. Drew Tyler.
Yes, I'm Drew Tyler. You can follow me at Knight20, KNITE 2 and 0. That would be fantastic.
Miss Robin Hazlett.
Yes, at Robin Hazlett. My level of creativity is just absolutely stellar.
Yes,
Robin. You and I we're holding it down, man. We represent.
Yeah,
we represent, Robin.
Yeah. I don't need to hide.
We don't need to make our E3s and all cool and look hip like Rachel. Yeah. Speaking of Rachel, wrapping it up, Rachel Hernandez. What's up, dude?
And I'm Rachel Hernandez, Pirate Rachel with the 3 instead of an E for the first thing. Right.
See, the cool thing about a 3 instead of an E is that you get to make like West Side signs.
Yeah.
Like 3 instead of an E and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Right.
Super cool.
Sometimes it's hard though because there's 2 E's in Pirate Rachel, so I always feel like I need to specify, but it's only the E in Pirate because
if you can't figure it out, you don't deserve to follow her.
I should have said that. Yep.
Bam.
And if you got a few extra seconds, find us on iTunes and write us a nice review. If you like the podcast, you're following along, give us a review so that we might share with others all the cool stuff that we do.
There you go. Right on, KT. Take us out, bruh.
Let's dance to the music.
Let's dance.
Boop.
Such a good outro.
Boop.
Sounds like a little robot fart. That's what I love about that last part.
Boop. It's a good way to put it.
Oh, you would.